Well, more and more companies are leaving Germany's industry-wide tariff agreements that were hammered out by both employers and unions. What does this development mean for German industry and the labour market? Let's ask Holger Schäfer, labour market analyst from the Cologne Institute for Economic Research. Good to have you with us. Now, what does this mean? Is it perhaps that the once so successful German tariff model is now outdated?
Well, it's true that the share of workers who are covered by wage agreements is decreasing. But this doesn't necessarily mean that workers not covered by these agreements have lower wages than workers covered by these and are members of unions. So in the end, it's not necessarily bad.
But what triggered it?
Well, I don't know.
Well, there's an honest answer. Let's just face the fact that this is what's happening. But there's a change on the German labour market anyway. I mean, I mentioned it right at the beginning, the much debated minimum wage. Is that perhaps a model that could either complement or perhaps even replace the tariff agreements that we have so far related to industries?
No, I don't think so, because the sectors or branches covered by wage agreements and sectors who feature a high degree, a high share of low-wage employment are completely different. Those industries where we have low-wage employment, like restaurants, hotels or retail trade, typically have a low degree of coverage of wage agreements.
And obviously German employers are against that minimum wage. How damaging would it really be?
Well, estimations differ a lot in this question, but certainly a few 100,000 jobs are at risk here, because we suspect that about 7 million workers in Germany would be covered by the minimum wage, and at least a good part of it would lose their job.
OK, well, Germany has other problems, if you can call that a problem, because it's come under fire for basically being too successful for its ongoing budget surplus. And many people blame the fact that employers are not paying enough wages. Your take on that?
Well, I don't think this criticism is justified, because those branches who stand in international competition, like automobiles or machinery or chemicals, who are successful on international markets, have very high wage levels, while those industries where wages are low, like retail or restaurants, usually do not compete.
OK, well, without looking into those various industries, we can compare German wages, however, to those paid in our neighbouring countries, for example, the Netherlands, and I think we do have graphics prepared for that. There we can see it. For example, in 2012, workers in the Netherlands earned 3,414 euros a month on average. Germany and France, an average monthly wage of 2,800 euros. Portugal, about 1,350 euros a month. So Germany is somewhere in the middle range, so you can't really say that the wages are too low. But while you have all right wages, high productivity, high growth, all that money doesn't seem to end up in people's pockets, or at least not enough. We just heard a gentleman saying that people also want to put something on the side for a rainy day, save money. But now the ECB wants to lower, or at least toys with the idea, lowering the key interest rate to even below zero, which means that savers would even have to pay their banks for allowing the bank that they deposit their savings there. Is now the time, perhaps, to counteract with higher wages?
Well, higher wages wouldn't mean that the interest rates rise. So the incentive to save
more money around.
Yeah, there's more money to spend for consumption, but this money doesn't fall like manna from the sky. But this have to be paid for by the establishments and the firms, and this is money that they don't have for investments, for new machinery or research.
So no higher wages in Germany for the time being. Holger Schäfer, thank you very much.
You're welcome.